Hello, this is Dr. Uli Scholten from SkyRadar. Welcome to our SkyRadar video channel. In today's session we will look at the FreeScopes software 6.0. We just look at some basic features to get an understanding. In the video takes behind you see one of our radars, the one that we actually use for these this session. It's a PSR on a rotary tripod. You know, I'm often asked to specify some conditions for an ideal training lab. Honestly, the radars should be able to work everywhere. And to show you that, and to create some real challenging conditions, we carried the radar, the components and the reflector down to our metal workshop. It's a place with lots of metal pieces, a 4x4 meter room, and that one reflector in about 2 meters distance. Let us see whether we will be able to get a clear and clean radar picture. Here you see the A-scope and it's working already. On the right side you see the controls. The main things that you see there is STC, the MTI, the CFAR and many others that we look at in some of the later sessions. You see in the PPI and in the A-scope you see a very strong source, and that's what we're gonna remove now first. And we will, with suppressed UC, we'll remove 0.7 meters measured from the source. So you see on the left in the A-scope and in the PPI-Scope that source reflection disappears. You see what happens consequently is that the maximum values are not defined by the source anymore. So the maximum amplitude is rearranging by the system. You see that some noise in the background that wasn't visible before now appears. When you compare PPI and A-scope, just be aware that the maximum range that we set in PPI is 4 meters. In the A-scope it's 10 meters. You see the source is almost removed. The cursor is now at about 6 o'clock in the PPI. So there at around 240 degrees, here you see our target. Strong in A-scope, not so strong in PPI-Scope. We will set that. But I think the system is also setting it because it's rearranging the maximum reflectors. So now in the next full rotation, in the absence of the strong signals from the source, it will start make things stronger. You see the noise is getting stronger. Our computer screen here is getting stronger. Now you see our target. It's getting very strong now. You see the peak in the A-scope and in the PPI-Scope. You see two differently calibrated distances, but you see that the target is at 2 meters. So the background noise is getting stronger. Range of color. There's me standing and Iman, so lots of noise. Now the computer screen where we measure. So let's clean up the mess, friends. How do we do that? We do that with the threshold. Later we start doing things like this with CFAR. But now let's learn the basic functions. So you see we clean, we simply suppress the small noisy signals, the walls there. But you see the background is getting black now because all small noise signals are suppressed, so we really can focus on the real signals. There's me again, standing there. And Iman next to the computer, coming soon. There's our computer. There's the computer. So let's just see how things happen. You know, our target will get weaker now because we took a bit of the threshold up, you know. Let's see whether it stays pretty clean. So, now let us get rid of the walls. Still playing on threshold, you see that? You know, we can get rid of all these noise things. It should not get rid of me. You know, we have a 24 gig radar, so it sees me there. You see that pretty clean, and Iman afterwards. We do not need to be of metal to be seen by a 24 gig. So Iman moved. So computer screen. So as Iman took the threshold up, let's see whether our target is still there. If we take it up too much, our target will be disappearing as noise. Now you see it's cleaned up, but it's not deleted. That's good. So now we do 2 meters. So what happens here? Look at that. So the radar is of course trying to take the whole scope from 0 to maximum for the signals that it has, for the reflections that it sees. And here it's just fully amplifying noise because it hasn't seen any strong reflections yet. Now the first reflections come from our metal lab. So the computer screen should be very strong. There, the complete computer screen is a very strong reflection. That now becomes a reference. You see, everything happens in parallel in the A-scope. Always look at both. Now our target. See, you know, it's right at the edge. You know, at the outer part, at in between 225 and 265 degrees. So we just changed now the max range to 2.2 to move the reflections of our target a little bit more towards the center. There again rearranging, you remember there is no reflection yet, so it's amplifying things. Now you'll see once it sees there our computer, now it rearranges maximum and minimum signals. So now the target should be more, you see there it appears there. The walls are gone. Just imagine, 4 by 4 meters, metal workshop, lots of reflections, lots of walls that reflect. It doesn't matter. With such a radar, you can clean things. Now let's move over to the threshold, to the A-scope. We didn't do much there. It's set to 10 meters, you know. So 10 meters. And we set some threshold, top, and on minimum. So you see the clean signals because we've got no noise anymore, because also there, illustrated by the red dotted line, we see where we took out the threshold.
Here ends our little presentation. Visit us at www.skyradar.com to learn more about our radars, simulators, and lots of training materials that we make available for you free of charge. Let's talk and see what we can do together. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.